So this morning, I mentioned it in a previous video, what I did was I went out for a bike ride with the intention of taking some of the course and looking at the route that I will be running in a couple of weeks' time, which is a 25-kilometre route along the side of two rivers which join. I did find out today how and where they join, which is really good. Now, I was able to enjoy that experience with my dad. I say enjoy. You know, when you're growing up, and could be mum, could be dad, any sort of adult in the household, they like to show you that they are better than you at stuff, don't they? And you know that when you're older, perhaps you might have a chance to just be slightly better than them. Well, I experienced that this morning. It was a reminder from my dad that he is still better than me at cycling, which of course he will be, because that's kind of something that he's quite enthusiastic about. He's not a professional, he's not a participant in any sort of events, but he does enjoy cycling and he's got the equipment, he's got all the stuff. So he set off today like he was some kind of Ironman instructor, and I was trying to keep up and I couldn't. It was pretty tiring. And meanwhile, the route that we're on, it was really bumpy. I've got to be quite wary actually, because in a few weeks' time I'm going to run that route. I need to make sure I'm looking down as well as forward, because it's very up and down. And so because of that, I need to just be a little bit careful not to get too excited. And even though I've got a plan for a pace in mind, I think like all things, you've got to take into consideration the terrain, because one wrong foot quite literally and I'm going to end up on my face, which is not what I want. The cycle ride this morning was great. It was around about 10 miles, about 16.5 kilometres. I don't think that my bottom half is thanking me all too much. That was a rough ride. I don't believe I was given the bike with any suspension. He seemed to have full suspension on the go, so he was having a wonderful time and a bit of a riot. I was struggling, but that's okay. You know, dug deep, stuck in there. So I didn't get any footage from the ride, and I'll tell you why that was. I did actually take my phone out to take some video, and suddenly realised riding with one hand whilst going up and down and trying to navigate a route you're not so sure about on a bike you're not as confident on is going to lead to me going into the river. So I just took a couple of photos, which I'll, I guess, overlay when I'm chatting now. But quite an experience. Anyway, it's beautiful weather today. We've got a nice weekend ahead of us, and it looks like people running London Marathon next week are in for a toasty one. Not as hot as last year, but still pretty warm.